Hi, I'm Kathy Tudaldi and I work here at the Livingston Parish Library at the Denham Springs branch. And spring is in the air, at least here in Louisiana it is, and it's just been gorgeous lately. And so what we're going to show you today is how to make a beautiful Happy Spring, Hello Spring wreath. It's made out of moss, and you glue it on and put the flowers on, and it just is going to be a beautiful decoration on any door or someplace that you'd like to bring a little brightness into the room. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with it and show you. It's real easy to do. We're going to use store-bought moss that's already been, it's green, and the styrofoam circle here is what we're going to glue it to, and then the flowers go on at the bottom. We have the sign that says Hello Spring, and that's something that can be made on the 3D printer right here at the library. We have the capability of making just almost anything you can imagine on the 3D printer. It's very affordable. You can come in and design it yourself, or you can choose from a huge array of things that we have to offer. So you need to come in and check that out. So we're going to get started. Alright, I forgot to mention you need your handy glue gun, and I have learned from experience a pair of rubber gloves is really handy when you're working with the glue gun, especially with this one because I'm going to be pressing it down against the styrofoam. Now, I've taken the moss out of the bag and it's all compacted, so I'm going to loosen it up. This is going to probably get it everywhere, so you might want to use some newspaper or something on the bottom here to catch your mess. But all you want to do now is just start. You don't want to put glue all over the wreath. You just work a few inches at a time because you want to press the moss down against the hot glue in little clumps. And if you try to do too much, the glue dries before you get the moss on. So you just want to get good coverage all around the styrofoam. I usually put a piece of paper down so that my glue doesn't drip on the tabletop when I sit it down while I'm doing my work. When I'm not using the glue gun, I don't want the glue to drip on a nice surface that it might damage. So I always put a piece of paper underneath it. Sometimes you might want to fill in a little gap there. Press it down. You don't need to cover the back because that's going to be against the wall. You just want the part that's going to show, including the outside edges. So you don't have to worry about covering the back. We're just going to do the sides and the front because that's all that's really going to show. The back is going to be against the wall anyway. So I lay out a little bit of glue here and press the moss to it. Try not to leave any gaps. You can always come back and cover the gaps at the end, but right now we're just trying to get good coverage all the way around. You can see as you go the spots that need a little more. I like to do about 2 or 3 inches at a time. And once you get the hang of it and you kind of know how much it takes, you can probably go a little bit faster. It's a pretty quick and easy craft as it is, and it's really got a real pretty result. Now at this point you want to go back and pull any obvious strings off. If the moss isn't sticking, look for gaps. Look for gaps where you can see the styrofoam through the. Of course, this styrofoam is green, so that makes a nice background. But you don't want any obvious holes in your moss. You want it to look like it grew that way. Take off the things that don't look like moss. Alrighty, I see a couple of gaps over here I can fill. All right, you can see it's kind of got pretty good coverage there. Now I'm almost done. Like I said, you're going to have a bit of a dry mess underneath with things that are the moss that's crumbled up and fallen away, but that's okay. You can sweep all that up at the end. Now you're going to choose where you want your flowers. I have 3 on that one, and I think that looks pretty good. I like this one and this one. What do you think? Let's put pink on this one. All right, so let me turn it towards me so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use the bottom because there are some gaps here. And that's where I'm going to put my flowers. First, I'm going to lay the greenery down in between them. I have 2 pieces of leaves, so I'm going to put those in between the flowers. Glue one right there and one right there. Doesn't take much glue to hold those, just a little spot in the middle. And then one. This time I'm going to put the glue on the flower itself. Glue it till it sticks. Put a little ring of glue. Put it next to that one. More strings. Shame you can't market those strings. A little bit on the back of this one. And it can go on this side of the greenery. Yep, I see another little gap right here I want to cover. Didn't stick it off. There we are. Almost done. This is something you can do with the kids, you can do with your friends. It's just an easy, fast, fun craft that really looks pretty when you're done. Now you might want to take some of the excess off if you've got some that are sticking out. Either glue it down. Oh, another little gap. Okay. You can keep tweaking it until it gets where you want it to be. And then you can either glue your sign on. Ours actually has a little stick that I'm just going to press right into the Let's see if we're done. I'm going to tweak it a little bit here. See how quick, oh, got another little gap that I missed. All right, I'm going to call that one done. Well, here's our craft. We finished it in record time. I think it came out really cute. I want to give a shout out to someone special. Charlotte, I hope you're watching and I hope you feel better. We miss you and we love you. Come back. Come back soon. And I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you'll have time to make one yourself. It was real easy and it was fun to do and it'll look great on your wall for spring. So remember to be safe, be happy, and keep reading.